Hello and welcome to massagetime.co.uk. Here is my go-to stretch routine for the lower body. I like to do each stretch for 30 seconds and repeat it twice on each side. I start from the lower body, from the foot, and work up towards the hips. This is the routine that I use. I start with the feet, the front shin. Okay, I get into this position and drop down towards the heel, keeping the foot and the shin in a straight line. From here, I like to stretch the lower muscles of the leg without the gastrocs. I plant my foot into the floor. I put my hand on my heel just to make sure the heel doesn't ride off the ground, and then I lean forward into the stretch. Seen from the side, plant the heel into the ground and lean forward. So you're stretching all the muscles, but not the gastrocs. From here, I'm stretching now the whole calf with the gastrocs. I dig my heel into the ground and reach forward with the opposite hand, trying to keep my back straight at the same time. From the calf, I move on to the thigh. Thigh, start with the leg out in front. Get your heel towards the buttock and then take the whole thing back. From the front, I'm keeping the knees as close together as I can. Again, taking it back, keeping the knees in line and your body nice and straight. The hamstring. You can do hamstrings either standing up or on the ground. Standing up, I tend to get onto the tiptoe of the side that I'm stretching, cross the leg over, allow a little bend in the knee, and then reach down with a straight back to the leg that I'm standing on. So this one, I've crossed this one over and I'm stretching this one. Trying to keep the back nice and straight, getting through the pelvis. So from the front, slight bend in the knee, cross over, and down you go. Keeping your foot in this position takes the calf out of the stretch and isolates the hamstrings. From the hamstrings, I like to go to the hip adductors. So the hip adductors, quite simple, stretching the leg that's going back, keep the legs in a nice straight line, body straight, lean forward and straighten that back leg. So take the leg back, nice straight line, body nice and straight, and then straighten the leg. You can lean forward to extend the stretch to make it more effective. And remember that the hip flexors are quite silent. You don't tend to feel them stretching, you just get a tightness over the front of the pelvis. And that's a sign that you're stretching your hip flexors. After the hip flexors, I like to go onto the glutes. Several stretches for the glutes, but one that's quite easy to do is to lie on the floor, bring your leg up, and then pull the knee to the opposite shoulder. So as seen from the side, you bring the leg up and knee to the opposite shoulder and you get a stretch into the glute. Once I've done those stretches, there's two more stretches that I do that I like to call the bonus stretches. And the first one is similar to a sprinter's or a hurdlist stretch, where you take the leg back into this position, try and keep your body upright and lean with the opposite hand to your foot, the opposite foot, okay? So we're stretching, it's a general stretch, that's why I call it a bonus stretch. It's more positional stretch, but it's one that I like. So if you see it from the side, okay, leg out. Try to get your body in a nice upright position and lean with the opposite hand. Again, trying to keep your back nice and straight. Okay, it's a really good stretch. Gets your hips working into internal rotation and also works a little bit of the hip adductors and also helps just mobilizing the hips independently. The last stretch that I like to do is for the outer hip muscles, the tensor fasciae lata, the glute minimus, glute medius. Okay, and it's a difficult stretch to do. So what I tend to do is bend. So I'm stretching the right leg, so I tend to bend, cross this one over for balance, and then I'm leaning in through my pelvis. I'm not bending my body, I'm leaning in through the pelvis, okay, and stretching. If you bend the knee, you get a deeper stretch, making sure to keep your body nice and upright. So from the side, bend the knee, slide over and bananaing to that hip. And you should get a tightness along here. Okay? So there's my personal stretch routine for the lower body. It's always served me quite well. So give it a go. See what you think. Any questions, just drop a comment and I'll sort out any problems that you're having with the stretch routine. You've been listening to me, Theo, at massagetime.co.uk.